Friendships are sometimes solidified when you go through a tough time, when there's something scary or there's something that you fall through, and coming out of it together makes a foundation of your friendship that'll always be like forever. When I was 9 years old, my best friend was Byron Weshy, and we were running around the house early spring, and we were just pent up from the whole winter. We are slamming doors, playing capture the flag in the house, and we were running around slamming doors. I finally bumped over one too many pieces of furniture, and my mom said, "That's it, out of the house." And I said, "Oh, does that mean we can out of the house now and take your dog?" So we got our snow gear on, and I said, "Can I go down to the..." She says, "Go outside and don't come back all wet." So we went outside, we went down to the end of the street where there was a brook, and the brook went through the forest where we always had fun, to a little lake on the golf course. It was closed because it was winter. And we went out, we're throwing stones onto the ice, and it's going crack, plunk, cat, plunk. And it was really fun, and we got bored, and we went a little farther. And on the other side of a bridge, where the river went under, the water curled back, and there was thicker ice. And I had an idea for a dare. And the best dare is one where you can come out triumphant. So I said, "Byron, I dare you to jump on the ice." And so he reached across gently. There's a foot of water before the ice started, touched it, and crumpled right through. He said, my foot's wet, now I'm going to be in trouble. I said, "Well, you're not all wet." So I said, I had an idea. So I picked up a board that I found, I put it across, and I gingerly edged across onto the ice where it was thicker. And I picked up the hat in triumph. And I turned around, and Byron and my dog were already on the ice with me. And now the ice was kind of waving back and forth, and it wasn't really that safe. So we all separated a little bit, got some sticks, and we're chopping off the pieces on the far end and pushing them out into the current and watching them just float away. And I said, "This is really cool, isn't it?" And I heard some chopping behind me, and I turn around and I look at Byron, and he's got a mischievous grin on his face, and he's chopping the ice between us and the shore, and it's pushed out, so there's a little gap. He says, "I dare you to jump across." And I was like, "I don't think this is..." And then the ice was caught by the current and started going out farther. We went down to the end of the ice where it was still touching a little bit, and it started sinking. So we went back out into the middle, but now we were so far away that we're out into the middle of the river. But for a 9-year-old, that's like Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. So we're like, this is great. So we're paddling our way across the river, and my dog, being really smart, gets to the edge, and she's doing dog paddle, and then she falls through, turns around and does dog paddle right through the ice. Chop, 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 chop. One piece with Byron on it is smaller and floating away from the big piece I'm on, and then I could read his mind, and I didn't like what I was reading. He shuffled to the end, and just as he's taking a leap into the air, I screamed, "No!" in midair, and then he hit my piece, shattered through the ice, all these little cracks, and we both went into the water. But luckily, it was only about waist deep. We kept our hands up with the mittens on them, waddled through the shore arm in arm, and we froze together, but we weren't in trouble because we weren't all wet. Our mittens were still dry.